All right. Comparing ratios is pretty easy because it's the exact same thing as comparing fractions. So in this case, we're talking about two guys and their cups of coffee. So John here, he really likes 2 scoops of coffee to 5 cups of water. And Steve, he prefers 3 scoops of coffee to 7 cups of water. So the ratios are simply 2 to 5 and 3 to 7. So the question is whose coffee is stronger? So who has got the strongest ratio of coffee to water? Well, in order to do that, we need to find a ratio equivalent. So if we imagine for a second that we've got term 1 and term 2, but imagine for a second this is like numerator and denominator. So term 2 would be kind of like your denominator. So what we got to do is we got to make those the same in order to compare these 2 ratios. So we have to find the lowest common multiple between the 2 term 2's, which is 5 and 7. In this case, the lowest common multiple would be 35. So we know that in order to make these the same, we need to make sure that we figure out what we multiply by. So in this case, we'd have to multiply by 7, and in this case, we'd have to multiply by 5. So in this case, 7 times 2 is 14, and 5 times 3 is 15. So these 2 ratios now are the same so that we can now compare them. So what we're saying is that for every 35 cups of water, Steve puts in 15 scoops of coffee. And John, for every 35 cups of water, hang on one second.
Just hold on tight, we've got a few to go through.
So, as you can see, Steve's coffee puts in more scoops of coffee for the same amount of water. So therefore, Steve's coffee is stronger than John's. Now we can use the other way too by reducing in order to find the same kind of compared ratios. And we'll take a look at that here in a second.